Well, our final cruise is coming up right now, and it's a trip of a lifetime. Your chance of cruising from Hong Kong over to Sydney. It's on board a ship that I love. I was aboard her for my mum's 70th, the Queen Mary 2. And here's our Keith to tell you more.
She's the last remaining seagoing ocean liner, one of the biggest and fastest ships in the world, a byword for elegance and sophistication, one of the only ships to carry pets as well as humans, and the last ship I had the pleasure of working on board. She's the Queen Mary 2. You can have a proper pint in the Golden Lion pub, enjoy the panoramic views and martini cocktails of the Commodore Club, soak up the jazz of the chart room, or join me for some bubbles in the Veuve Clicquot champagne bar. Not that I used to drink on the job, of course. This is just fizzy water. Cheers. I used to joke that our guests walked up the gangway and that we rolled them back down. One thing is for sure, you won't go hungry on board, with specialty restaurants serving food from around the world, a 24-hour buffet and the fabulous Britannia. You're in danger of missing my favourite, the Todd English. Whatever you do, if you come here, make sure you try the chocolate fallen cake. It's absolutely delicious. With live music in every venue, West End style theatre shows, comedians and musical stars from both sides of the pond, the entertainment is rich and varied. But for me, it's this place which offers something unbeatably unique. Illuminations is the only planetarium at sea, offering celestial shows narrated by the likes of Robert Redford and Morgan Freeman. And it's also a cracking 4D cinema. There are 6 different grades of stateroom to choose from, all of it bright, spacious, airy and very, very stylish. 24-hour room service, 2 turn-downs a day, and the grill suites even have a private butler. But the best thing of all, as standard in every single room, is this. The Sealy Cunard mattress. Quite literally the best night's sleep I've ever had.
Yeah, I do remember the beds were they were
really
amazing.
Comfortable.
And even my mum, who was 70 at the time, even she slept well, and she, you know,
yeah,
she's quite funny about trying different beds and things.
I think that once you get onto a ship and you know your luggage, you just everything melts away, and I just think you relax anyway, and you're getting all that sea air.
I'm saying, honestly, I just can't wait for my next cruise. Anyway, this is a big one. You're away for the best part of a month. And it's a trip that you'll never forget. So, it starts off with our flight over to Hong Kong, Gemma, doesn't it?
That's right. And again, what amazing value. As you say, you are away for nearly a month.
Yeah.
A month on the other side of the world, really. So, we fly you to Hong Kong, and then we transfer you from the airport to a hotel for a 2-night stay in a nice hotel. And then you get to enjoy Hong Kong, which is the foremost deep water harbour in Asia. So, you'll see so much going on. And you can even shop in the city's biggest mall without leaving the cruise terminal. But that's true. But then you've got 3 main districts. You've got the Kowloon Peninsula houses, the famed Ladies Market and the Temple Street Night Market. You've got upscale shops on Nathan's Roads, which is the Golden Mile, several museums, a really tourist-friendly area called Tsim Sha Tsui. So loads to do. You've got Victoria Harbour, and then you've got the financial district as well, which is dubbed the Concrete Forest. So you've got all this kind of different stuff. You've got the towering slopes of Victoria Beach, Peak. You've got the beaches, islands, an amusement park, the city. So much to do and see.
And we are including an excursion there as well, aren't we, Gemma?
Yes, that's right. You've got an excursion, which is the Hong Kong Island Tour, and we'll do that on day 3 as well, which will be really lovely. Then on day 4, we're going to transfer you from the hotel to the port, and then you're going to embark on the QM2 for 19 nights cruising.
Imagine.
Ah, lovely. And day 5, you are still in Hong Kong, because you've got an overnight on board, so you can kind of settle into the ship and enjoy that. And then you've got 2 days sailing before arriving on day 8 in Brunei. Now, Brunei is actually quite slow and sleepy. It's probably most famous. The thing that everybody immediately thinks of is the Sultan of Brunei.
Yes, yes.
And it is probably the most concentrated wealth in this tiny little place. But you'll be really, really surprised by it, actually. And the people are very friendly. You can hire a local water taxi and go anywhere along the waterfront. You've got the mosques and the museums, which are really worth seeing. And yeah, it'll be amazing. You can go on a mangrove cruise as well, or go to the traditional markets. So then, 2 days at sea.
And we should say that the Queen Mary 2, you know, she really is built for those days at sea. You know, there's so much going on
Right,
Queen
yeah.
Mary 2. You know, lots of great lectures, lots of great entertainment. You know, there'll be so much happening. The afternoon teas are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the live bands.
Fabulous.
Oh,
And you're
it's-
right, yeah, they do a lot of bespoke, sort of really interesting stuff as well.
Yeah,
like the lectures
you
and stuff,
can learn
yeah.
an awful lot. Even
Yeah.
I learned things.
And then day 11, you arrive in Bitung in Indonesia, which is really known for its colourful marine life. In particular, they're famous for sea slugs. But I don't think they look
Ooh.
like slugs like we think.
I hope not.
I think they're a bit more colourful than that. Then you've got another 2 days at sea, and then day 14, you arrive in Darwin in Australia. So this is how far you're going on this cruise. Of course, famous for crocodiles, Aboriginal art galleries, and it's the capital of the Northern Territory. You've got another 2 days sailing at sea. It's going to be so spectacular. And then on day 19, you're going to sail to the Whitsunday Islands, which is just ridiculous. White sand paradise. Look at that. It just actually makes me want to cry.
It does.
It's
When you
just
think
the
what it's-
opposite
yeah.
of what it's like here at the moment.
And you know, and when you think about this is the 18th of February. It's not
Yeah.
too far away, is it?
No, you could be there. Just think
Oh.
of that in a couple of months. Amazing. Day 20 is at sea, and day 21, this is such an extensive tour of this part of the world. You're in Brisbane, which is and where you've got the Gold Coast and Surfers Paradise just an hour away, and the Sunshine Coast is 2 hours to the north. So Brisbane is like 600 miles north of Sydney. It's got a semi-tropical climate, beautiful city. It's got a river which is its main sort of travel artery, if you like, and the visitors can go on the City Cat ferries to reach the museums, the botanical gardens, the wildlife parks, the shopping precincts. There's a lot to do and see again. And then you've got a day at sea, and then day 23 you arrive in Sydney, Australia, and you disembark, and we're going to transfer you, and this is all included, to a 4-star hotel for a 4-night stay, which I think is fabulous, because if you're going to go this far...
So it's, it's
Sorry,
2 nights
two-night
stay in a
so beg
4-star
your pardon,
hotel.
That's
isn't
right,
it?
which is much better than a 2-night hotel. Sorry, 2-star. It's a 4-star hotel for 2 nights. Thank you. I've got my teeth in.
Now, we also include an excursion here at
Yes,
the Sydney Opera House.
to the
And
Sydney Opera
And this
House.
sounds really exciting to get to go backstage. don't
Yeah,
you?
it's a real proper tour. And of
Yeah.
course, I think they do say it's one of the wonders of the world, the Sydney
Yes.
Opera House. You know, whenever you see those spectacular fireworks sort of at New Year's Eve and everything, it really is the focal point, and you will get to explore it properly, which I think would be brilliant, taken around by someone who really knows and understands the theatre and the opera, which would be fantastic. And of course, also from Sydney, you can go and see the Blue Mountains, you can go to Bondi Beach, which is really famous. I love Sydney, there's so much space. You know, it's so kind of...
I've never been, Joan. but
Oh, it's amazing, it's clean, it's beautiful, there's a lot to see. You can go to the Rocks, you can go to Echo Point, and then on day 25 we're going to transfer you to the airport and fly you home.
I mean, isn't that fabulous that you have seen so much of the world? This is
Yeah.
part of the world cruise, by the way, so you are getting to see, you know, so much there on one holiday.
Yes.
And it is, when you think you are away nearly a month, and believe me, on board, the Queen Mary 2, you will be so well looked after. And
Yes.
everything is included here, so your flights, your transfers, the hotel stays, all of your great food, your entertainment. It will be incredible. If I was allowed to take 25 nights off, I'd be on that like
me
a
too. If my
shot.
children could come out of school. But no, it's amazing. And it's lovely that you've got the Hong Kong stay at the beginning, then you've got the amazing cruise, and then you've got your 2 nights in Sydney at the end as well. So it's just sort of like a lovely, lovely itinerary.
Well, let's remind you of everything that is included here. So all of your return flights, you know, just costing the flights alone on this. We can obviously provide flights from most UK airports. Again, just ask us about that. And 2 nights in the 4-star hotel in Sydney as well. And that wonderful morning Hong Kong Island tour as well. And the Sydney Opera House tour. That's going to be really special, actually. You're going to be escorted around by true opera love. You're going to get to see all behind the scenes, of course, as well.
Yeah, I'd love to have done that. I really would. Never got to do that when I went.
Do you know what I'm thinking as well, just to get the pricing? The balcony is only £400 more, so really worth thinking about that. The single price is good as well, 3349. But again, just ask our cruise consultants about any extra information that you need to know.